Hello, I'm Sean Sands from GamersWithJobs.com, and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4 Common Sense Expansion, playing as the Papal States. To catch up, last time we kicked off the campaign. We're still just a few years into the run here, and although initially planning to forge our way deep into the boot of Italy through Naples and by extension Aragon, uh, events conspired against us, and instead we moved north into Venice, where we are currently at war with Venice and making good progress. We are waiting for our one group of 1,000 men, along with 12,000 Austrians, to break the siege at Treviso. So that we can go ahead and maybe make some peace. I don't think we're going to get down here into Venezia, for no other reason than the Venetian Navy is, as the Venetian Navy is wont to be, quite strong. I suppose we could kind of try and maybe push through Hungary for Dalmatia, but if I can just sneak Verona out of this, I think I would be fairly happy. One regret is that we did not, or we, like it's your fault. I did not make Venice one of my rivals. I kind of just picked my rivals relatively willy-nilly, planning on again Aragon as through Naples, and then just my direct neighbors, Ferrara and Tuscany, instead of Venice. So we won't get any big power projection bonus out of this war, but we'll get along. A couple of scary things. France has rivaled us for the very specific reason that they just want Avignon. And you know what? Well, I'm at war. I might just sell them Avignon. I'm not even interested in going that way, and I don't necessarily need this big looming potential war with France just sort of hanging over me. Might go ahead and build another boat or two, so that once this war is over, we can get back to trying to make some money through trade. Okay, so Provence is gone. France has completely annexed them, which means my tiny little area of Avignon here is only all the more at risk. Okay, so Austria has successfully taken down Treviso. Pause here real quick. I'm going to try and get out of this war and then just sell to... Yeah, so I'm going to take Verona. One of the things I like here now, in this little pop-up here, is if there were any countries that might be at risk of starting a coalition against me, it would show it here. Fortunately, there are not, so I can take Verona without much concern. A little worried about Ferrara because now I have my empire broken up a little bit, but I'm sure we'll figure out a way to connect it in the long run. Austria likes this because Venice is one of their rivals. What else can we do? Some war nope, no war preparations. Ooh, it's right on the border. All right, so we will take our 8 ducats, our Verona, and we will call it good. All right, so Venice has given us Verona. It costs 200 admin power to core that. I do not want to even think about any unrest, so I'm just going to bump up their autonomy right away. All right, so I don't want France angry at me. Can I sell them? Nope, not ships. Province. Can I just sell them Avignon? Why won't you just buy it? Oh, because they have overextension. All right. Now they would buy it. I just have to wait for them to stop being overextended. We'll check back with them in a few minutes. Great. All right. So, hooray! We've won the game because we have not won the game. Slight unrest there. Got a little bit of war exhaustion. Once that burns off, I think we'll be fine because I upped that autonomy. Usually taking the longer term option there is better. rather than it's like the Powerball or the local lottery. You could take the small one lump sum, or you could take the amount that actually gets you a bunch of money. So I'll take the amount that gives me a bunch of money. I'm going to. So I only have. No, I have 2 forts. Where's my second fort? Verona didn't have a fort. Where's my second fort? Oh, Avignon, right. Yeah, definitely going to mothball that. Forts cost money to keep up to date every month. So I'm going to mothball those. Now that does mean they no longer exert a zone of control. They no longer prevent armies from passing through. So you have to be real conscious of their state before you get into any kind of war. So, what's the story, Aragon? Still, okay, Portugal, Siena, and... Ooh! Alright, this is interesting. Now Naples, who is through Aragon, right? Yeah. Is allied with Siena as well as Lucca. So if I declared war on... All right, let's just think about this for a second. What would happen if I declared war here? All right, so I would declare war on Naples. Naples would obviously call in Aragon. So Aragon would call in all of its allies, which is Lucca and Siena. Siena is being sieged down by peasants, and Lucca I don't think is going to be a big problem. I think we have a good chance here to... Yeah. So Aragon lost its war earlier against Burgundy, against England. I don't know. They were at war with everybody. And not surprisingly, they lost. So that means that they are more vulnerable than they were before. Milan. I might offer an alliance to Burgundy here. It's a little risky because all the more, if France attacks Burgundy. But Burgundy, here's the interesting thing. Burgundy is really strong at the beginning of the game now. If you're familiar with EU from before, you know that Burgundy had this whole area except for Liège, which instead of Liège being 2 provinces was actually just 1. They've broken out a number of provinces. So you might think, oh, they've trimmed Burgundy down. There's Nevers and Brabant and Flanders and Holland are all unleashed as these independent personal unions. So Burgundy's weaker. But actually, no. Burgundy's actually much stronger because each of these independent nations is able to field more troops than if they were all part of the whole. So the Burgundy land group is actually stronger than it was before. Doesn't mean France isn't going to wipe it out, but I think I'm going to go over my limit here for a minute and bring Burgundy into the mix and see if we can't get them involved in this too. Probably not. My guess is they have a truce. Not with Aragon. Okay. So if we attack Naples, no, Burgundy doesn't want any part of that, just because of their war extension and their debt. But now Portugal's in the mix. Castile is fighting in another war. Has some war exhaustion. What are they fighting in? Of course they are. But so is Portugal. That's got to be close. How close are they to not joining the war? You know what? I'm going to let this play out for a minute. After all, we already just took Verona, and we're coring it. So there's no huge rush to get ourselves in another war. But I do like that Siena has got these peasants taking over, which means they won't be able to field any troops. Naples it doesn't look like has a ton of troops. It's a little scary that what Aragon might ship over. But Austria should be able to just plow down here as well. How are we doing? Is it getting any better? Is it any less likely? Castile is allied to Portugal. I could probably take him and it would probably be just fine. But I'm not really that willing to risk it right now. I think if I hadn't taken Verona up here, I might be a little more inclined to go ahead and kick something off. Either way, we're definitely going to wait for our war exhaustion to tick down. It ticks down by 0.1 per month. So we got at least 7 months here before we're ready to do anything. Let's see. Do you wanna buy this yet? Oh, come on, France. Come on. Get it together. You're a huge disappointment. Has a claim on that province, so they still have to core Provence. They are in the process of coring Draguignan. I don't no idea. Don't even know how a Broy. They don't even have a claim on it. Ooh, France is way overextended. They don't have a claim on Anjou. They don't have a claim on Maine. They've got this, and these to core before they even think about us. But are we? Yeah, they don't have us as a rival anymore, which is a little better. We'll keep an eye out for it though. Genoa has us a rival. Who else? Tunis. I don't care about Tunis. Let's go ahead and fabricate another claim. Go ahead and get Napoli this time. They're our rivals, right? Serbia. Okay, Serbia. you just calm yourself down, Serbia. What are you gonna come across here? Come across the Adriatic Sea and just come get me? I don't think so. You'll be gone in 20 years. The Ottomans lead you up anyway. Not even worried about it. Let's see. Any closer? Castile's still out because they're still in their war. Burgundy. Nope. Portugal's getting closer to being not interested in joining. I think if Portugal jumps out, then we're going to go. Or if Castile or Burgundy is willing to join, then we're going to go. And for now, just keep our relationship with Austria strong here. All right, Verona is cored. We're now accepting Venetian as an integral part of our nation. How long is my truce with them? So just 5 years. Where am I? Ragusa. I'll add this to that fleet. Who do I not need? Maybe Milan. I might kick Milan to the curb here. I'd rather not keep losing this diplomatic power for no reason when Milan isn't powerful enough to really be that concerned with. Portugal? Are you out? Still in. 5 to go. I know I think Milan was willing to join this war before, but just not really big enough to be all that interesting to me. Austria, what are we doing? Sure. I think you've got that well in hand. So Austria is attacking Salzburg here. Who are we? This is Augsburg. So over here. Austria is doing the things it always does right at the beginning, which is sort of consolidating here. Albania? Wait, Albania was fighting Venice? Oh, Venice took Albania. Good, because what you need is a big, long matchup right against the Ottomans. Yeah. Bold plan, bold strategy. We're just going to let Austria do their thing up here. Doesn't really have anything to do with us. Let's see, that's mothballed. Oh no, you don't, Ravensburg. Oh, good job, Urbino. Thanks a lot, Pud. Urbino, let's go ahead and improve relations with them. So when it is finally time to annex them, we will just be able to do that. That's still... Oh, we'll be able to do that this year. Or it would have been if I had the relationship up. No, I can't attack. Right, yeah. So one of the things that's pretty good to do is if you have an ally who's also allied with somebody you want to attack, you just get your ally into a war, and then when you attack like Ferrari here, then because you are already allied with somebody like Austria, they wouldn't be able to join against you, except that doesn't work when your ally is the Holy Roman Emperor. Just doesn't work. So I literally cannot declare war on Ferrara as long as yeah. Still not totally sure what devotion does. Really should be looking that up. Well, now Austria won't join because we're in a war right now. Portugal is still on the border. They still fighting? Yes, they are. Portugal's losing. Oh, they lost Ceuta here. So Portugal and Castile are in a war together against Grenada and Morocco. Castile is doing great because Grenada's right here. Portugal is not doing great because Morocco is much bigger, and the AI is not great about these wars where it has to transport its units overseas. All right, so I can upgrade my military. We will just flat out go ahead and do that. Almost able to upgrade my Diplotech. Particularly early on here, I don't like to dink around with that and just want to go ahead and get it done as soon as possible. Let's see. We could fabricate a claim against our old pal Venice here. And why not? Brescia, Treviso, that would be interesting. So there's really only two provinces to worry about here. Augsburg and Ravensburg are both one province minors, so now you'll see, yep, there it is. That piece is settled. And once Austria takes Augsburg here, my guess is that you'll see them just eat that up. And Augsburg will just belong to Austria. Always like mercantilism. Okay. You've got it. Just take it. 100% war score. Doesn't get any better than that. Austria. I'm rich. Yep, full annexation. So Augsburg, which once was a country, now just flat out belongs to Austria. Okay, which probably means Austria would be willing to fight with us again. Oh, Portugal, come on. Yes, probably. We've been to Siena. Ooh. Siena is now a free city. Could complicate things. How far is Burgundy from joining this war? Oh, real close. Come on, Burgundy. Castile, yeah, Castile's still in there. Oh, Diplotech. Buildings are different. So we have access to our first building here. Buildings used to cost money as well as a monarch point. For example, a marketplace used to cost, I think, only like 50 gold plus 10 diplomatic power. Now they only cost gold, and they're much stronger than they were before. But you have a limited number of buildings that you can put into a province until its development increases. So my total development right now is 13, which is 6 on base tax, plus 6 on production, plus 1 on manpower equals 13. I can raise any of those by spending 69 monarch points either in administration, diplomatic, or military. Once this development number is greater than 20, it will unlock this additional slot for another building. So you have a lot of, not a lot of, but you have some barriers to the number of buildings you can create. What do I want to be? Okay, I probably want to focus on Venice, the Venice trade. So I think I will build a marketplace up here in Verona. How are we doing? Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're totally going to go for it now because Castile, Austria, and Burgundy are all in the mix. We should be able to handle this quite nicely. Now, Tuscany also is attacking us, so, well, let's hold here. So that's a little scary because that means there's almost 20,000 troops here. We're going to unmothball, but hopefully Austria will come down here and help us not be killed a whole bunch. So we are at war with Aragon, Ferrara, Naples, Portugal, and Tuscany. But we have, we have on our side Austria, Burgundy, and Castile. So I mean, the 72,000 troops to 40,000 troops, we should be in just fine shape. And Austria did come down here and kind of help us out. Now, as you notice, I cannot go to these, and even to get to Abruzzi, I have to go back into my own territory. Oh, okay. Well, I'm the defender, and Austria's coming down to help, so this should be fine. Get a little prestige. Good. Little army tradition. Okay. Well, Austria's all over that one. So instead of Siena, which was before, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go up here. Am I not the Pope anymore? Nope. Austria is now the Pope. Good job, Austria. So my leader died, which means the papal controller goes away from me. Now Austria is the Pope, which means I down 1 diplomat, and I don't have as many of those cool little bonuses as I had before. All right. How is... Yeah, Castile's got things nailed down over here along with Burgundy. So we don't really have to worry about Aragon proper and Portugal, at least in the short term, coming over here and really adding to the number of troops we're dealing with. So I'm stuck here in Napoli until I can siege this down. That's going to be a little while. I think I lost a couple of boats, which is unfortunate, but it happens. Don't want to go up and reinforce up here because Got Tuscany's 7,000 men sitting right there. Hey, Austria, you got 20,000 men. Come help. Help, Austria. You're not doing anything helpful. Now you're doing something helpful. Cardinal, for the So we're taking down Tuscany. I don't think I had a claim. Oh yeah, I do. Interesting. Now, could be some aggressive expansion. Now this is interesting because this is kind of the way you have to fight wars. Previously, I would not have attacked Tuscany because Tuscany is part of the Holy Roman Empire, and to attack them, I like prestige early in the game. To attack them would have brought Austria against me, but because I didn't attack them, I attacked Naples, and Naples is able to bring in their allies however they want, then I could get in a war with Tuscany without it causing some sort of conflict between Austria and myself. So this sets me up nicely to, potentially expand in both directions. Now, that's going to have a lot of aggressive expansion associated with it, particularly because this is a Holy Roman province. So that means it probably is more likely to cause aggressive expansion. It's going to be expensive because it's a fairly well-developed province. It's going to cost me 150 there, another 120 there, 300 or so just to core those. But it would be set me up pretty well. France, absolutely, because we're best buds. We will be soon. I'm going to start improving my relationship with them, because once I sell them Avignon, France and we're going to be tight. We're going to be super cool. This is nice to see that Burgundy is handling Aragon. Castile doesn't seem to be doing. Where did you go, Castile? Yeah, definitely glad we've got Burgundy in this fight. Because Aragon, again, my peace will not actually end up being with Naples. It will end up being with Aragon, because Aragon is the lord of that personal union. So have to make them happy before I can make the inevitable peace that I want. All right, so here we are in war again, and I think I'm going to take a quick break here. When I come back, we'll take a look at closing out this war and seeing where we want to go next in unifying Italy under the Catholic rule of the Papal States. So thank you for watching. Again, I'm Sean Sands from GamersWithJobs.com. I will see you next time.